Hello viewers, welcome to your channel.
So guys, here is the solution of science class 10th set number 2. The code is 31/4/2. बच्चों सेक्शन ए में देखिए, फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन है इलेक्ट्रॉन डॉट स्ट्रक्चर का, आंसर है सी, क्योंकि आपको पता है वैलेंसी हमारी क्लोरीन की होती है 1. ओके. सेकेंड क्वेश्चन, नेम ऑफ द सॉल्ट विच रिमूव्स परमानेंट हार्डनेस ऑफ वाटर इज सोडियम कार्बोनेट डेकाहाइड्रेट Na2CO3. Now the third question is sodium hydroxide is alkali but ferric hydroxide is not. तो इसमें आप दो ऑप्शंस को कंसिडर कीजिए, वन इज दिस वन एंड वन इज दिस वन. Ferric hydroxide is totally insoluble in water, so this is written here, and it is a weak base, so it is not a strong base. That's why the option B will be the answer. Fourth का आंसर है D, oxalic acid is present in tomato. Fifth का आंसर है बेटा B, Mg burns in oxygen with dazzling white flame and forms ash called MgO. The combination reaction follows. Sixth का आंसर है बेटा 2. The reaction is perfect for the given situation. Seventh का आंसर है C. Carbon dioxide is released in this reaction and it turns the lime water milky. Eighth का आंसर है बेटा D. During the time of gamete formation, the chromosomes halve themselves. That's why the number of chromosomes. And ninth का आंसर है C. The body weight is reduced. 10th का आंसर है C. The male chromosome is XY. 11th का आंसर है B. No carbon dioxide is released during the process of photosynthesis. 12th का आंसर है B. Because यहाँ पर हो तो इवेपोरेशन ही रहा है, वाटर वेपर बन रहा है, लेकिन जब ये चीज़ प्लांट में होती है और ये सक्शन फोर्स जो वाटर को बाहर लेकर जाता है उसका नाम होता है ट्रांसपिरेशन, तो वो प्रोसेस यहाँ दिखाई गई है. 13 का आंसर है आउट ऑफ द पेज. 14th का आंसर है 2 times बिकॉज H इक्वल्स टू V स्क्वायर T अपॉन R. सो इफ R इज हाफ्ड H विल बिकम 2 times. 15th का आंसर है C बिकॉज द डायरेक्शन ऑफ मैग्नेटिक फील्ड लाइन्स इज ऑलवेज फ्रॉम साउथ टू नॉर्थ. 16th का आंसर है C बिकॉज सीरीज में आपका करंट सेम रहेगा, कुछ कैलकुलेट करने की यहाँ पर हमें ज़रूरत नहीं है. बच्चों 17th का आंसर है B. दोनों स्टेटमेंट्स करेक्ट है लेकिन एक दूसरे के लिए कंपैटिबल नहीं है. 18th का आंसर है A. दोनों स्टेटमेंट्स करेक्ट है एंड एक दूसरे को करेक्ट रीज़न इज the reason is the correct explanation of the assertion. 19th is D. This statement is wrong because जो B और B छोटे ट्रेट हैं वो ब्लैक कलर नहीं देंगे आइज का, बट दिस स्टेटमेंट इज करेक्ट. एंड 20 का आंसर है A. बोथ ऑफ द स्टेटमेंट्स आर करेक्ट एंड रीजन इज द करेक्ट एक्सप्लेनेशन ऑफ A assertion. नाउ मूविंग ऑन टू सेक्शन B. 21st के फर्स्ट पार्ट का आंसर है दैट इट शील्ड्स द सर्फेस ऑफ अर्थ फ्रॉम यूवी रेडिएशन. मतलब सबसे पहला उसका फंक्शन है यूवी रेज से बचाना, क्योंकि यूवी रेज कर देती है स्किन कैंसर, कैटरैक्ट, ऐसी डिजीज़ के लिए रिस्पॉन्सिबल है, इसीलिए ओजोन का फर्स्ट फंक्शन है ये. इसका आंसर है द डिक्रीज इज ड्यू टू सिंथेटिक केमिकल्स लाइक CFCs which was used in fire extinguishers and refrigerators. Moving on to question number 22, A part, myopia. आप देख सकते हैं the image is formed before retina and this condition is called myopia. What are the two causes? The causes are eyeball becomes long and the shape of the cornea is distorted, cornea and lens focus is also changed. So these are the various reasons for myopia. Name the type of lens. This is the concave lens which corrects this defect. B part, the color of clear sky. The sky appears blue because of the presence of atmosphere. क्योंकि अर्थ पर एटमॉस्फेयर होता है और वो क्या करता है, ये तो इसका प्रैक्टिकल आंसर है. इसका लॉजिकल आंसर क्या है, दैट इट स्कैटर्स लाइट. ये आपको मेनली लिखना है. ये दो वर्ड्स इसके अंदर आंसर के अंदर आने चाहिए. एंड of course you will also explain the space part, that in space there is no light scattered and there is no atmosphere, that's why it appears dark from the space. Question number 23. इस क्वेश्चन में हमें पूछा हुआ है कि जो प्लांट डार्क में रखा हुआ था वो ज़्यादा सर्वाइव क्यों नहीं कर पाया. इसका हमें रीज़न देना है. तो इसका आंसर है प्लांट रिमेनिंग इन द डार्क विल नॉट फोटोसिंथेसाइज. बेसिकली डार्क की वजह से क्या होगा, वो उसे सनलाइट नहीं मिलेगी या कोई भी लाइट का सोर्स नहीं मिलेगा और फोटोसिंथेसिस नहीं होगी. इट विल फाइनली डाई विल्ट बिकॉज ऑफ द नो अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ ऑक्सीजन. नाउ सोल्यूशन ऑफ क्वेश्चन नंबर 24 इज दैट बाइल जूस इज सिक्रेटेड बाय लिवर. फर्स्ट आंसर आप इसमें पार्ट में लिखेंगे इमल्सिफाइंग द फैट्स, इमल्सिफाइंग द फैट्स टू फैटी एसिड. एंड सेकेंड पार्ट में आप लिखेंगे, ये सबसे मेन इसलिए होता है क्योंकि ये एसिडिक फूड जो स्टमक से आ रहा होता है उसको न्यूट्रलाइज करता है और उसे एल्कलाइन बनाता है. मेक्स एसिडिक फूड एल्कलाइन. सो दीज आर द 2 points. Question number 25. Name the hormone secreted in scary situations. So it is epinephrine. Epinephrine. And write any 3 responses: fight, flight, and contraction of muscles and tightening of the blood vessels. 26 का A, यहाँ पर कॉपर ऑक्साइड बन जाता है CuCl2 विच इज़ हाइड्रेटेड एंड कलर इसका होता है ब्लू. सो नेम ऑफ द कंपाउंड आपके सामने है एंड कलर है ब्लू. केमिकल रिएक्शन में आपको लिखकर दिखाती हूँ. गिव्स moving on the or part, X is brine solution NaCl, Y is H2 रिलीज होता है कैथोड पर, Z is Cl2 रिलीज होता है एनोड पर, and B is CaCO3 calcium carbonate. See, section C is loaded with lot of more theoretical questions, like you have to distinguish between biodegradable and non-biodegradable waste. Of course, the main difference between them is that one is get degraded with time, which is biodegradable, and non-biodegradable do not get degraded with the microorganisms present in the soil. Now list 2 impacts of each on environment. So this you must be knowing that biodegradable forms manure with the soil and non-biodegradable becomes a threat for the planet. 28th का A, first part, AC is considered over DC for long distance transmission because it is easier to set up and down in voltage than DC, and it is more efficiently less expensive and less complex than DC setup. So this is the answer. Second part, the current which is used in household supply is AC current, and the current which is used in the battery of dry cells is DC current. So this is the difference. Now third part is a main and common question of CBSE. Fuse wire gets heated up to the extent that it melts. A gap is produced in the live wire and circuit becomes incomplete. Basically इसका यही काम है. So no current flows and appliance is saved. This prevents the short circuiting and overloading. In the B part, the diagram would be like this. These are the magnetic field lines of the solenoid. अगर हम यहाँ पर उन पॉइंट्स को मार्क करें तो ये होगा A, यहाँ होगा C एंड यहाँ होगा B. आप देख सकते हैं कि सबसे ज़्यादा A पॉइंट पर मैग्नेटिक फील्ड लाइंस की डेंसिटी है. इसी वजह से यहाँ पर मैग्नेटिक फील्ड भी मैक्सिमम होगी. C पर भी सेम फील्ड लाइंस है लेकिन B पर कोई फील्ड लाइंस नहीं है. सो यहाँ पर मिनिमम होगी. और यहाँ पर मैक्सिमम होगी. Moving on to question number 29, it says two different characteristic properties. So these two would be, one, the position of the image, and the another one is size of image. In the case of concave, the image will be diminished, and in the case of convex, the image will be enlarged. Now, how these two characteristics are connected with these two defects? See, the position of the image should be on retina. You know that our main aim to correct the defects is to put the image on retina. It is either behind retina or before retina. So whenever we use the characteristic properties of these lenses, the lenses correct the defect by giving position of the image and size of the image. Kind of lens is convex lens in 30A1. We have to calculate the focal length and distance. This is a numerical. Formula for solving the focal length is 1 by f equals to 1 by v minus 1 by u. P equals to 1 by f. So f equals to 1 by p, that is 0.5 meter. From this distance we will find v. Put this knowledge here. 1 upon 0.5 equals to 1 by v minus 1 by 1. So v equals to 0.67 meter. Therefore, focal length is 0.5 meter and distance of the image from the lens is 0.67 meter. Now moving on the B part. First part, principal focus. It is a point on the principal axis of a diverging lens where parallel rays of light appear to diverge from after passing through the lens, and this is denoted by f. Now focal length, it is the distance between optical center of the diverging lens and principal focus. This is given as small f. The diagram to illustrate this is given here. Next, 31A first. How does perimecium obtain its food? So it obtains its food with the help of hair-like structures called cilia, and they sweep the food inside through oral groove. So answer is cilia and oral groove. Now let's discuss the role of different things in digestive system. What is the role of HCl? It makes the environment of stomach acidic, and it also kills the bacteria present in the food which is coming through the esophagus. Now next, trypsin helps in digesting protein, and it also breaks down protein in small intestine. The muscular walls of stomach mix the food with digestive juices. So basically it contracts and relaxes and mixes the food well in the stomach. Salivary amylase breaks down starch into sugar in the mouth. B first, a mechanism in which blood circulates twice through the heart in one complete cycle is known as double circulation. The right and the left side of the heart is useful to keep the oxygenated and deoxygenated blood from mixing. Such separation allows a highly efficient supply of oxygen to the body. The separate chambers in heart of mammal and birds is added advantage. This helps in faster transport of oxygen to all tissues without getting mixed with deoxygenated blood. 32 first. The acidified water contains H plus and OH minus ions, and this helps in the good conduction of electricity. In the second part, the equation should be third part. If water is added to a concentrated acid, then the acid may splash out and cause burns, and the beaker may also break due to excessive local heating. 33 first part, y का आंसर है to increase the conductivity which allows current to pass through the solution very easily. Hydrogen gas is released at cathode and oxygen gas is released at anode. The volume of gas collected in one electrode is double the volume of gas collected in another electrode. The two electrodes collect H2 and O2 respectively. Second part, when silver chloride is exposed to sunlight, it turns black. The reaction is as follows. Let's discuss the section D. 34th question, first part. How is electric current related to potential difference? So here he is asking for Ohm's law. This is V equals to IR. So V is directly proportional to I लिखेंगे हम. This is the required circuit diagram. You will write that ammeter is connected in series, voltmeter is connected in parallel, and a variable resistor is also connected along. So whenever we vary the resistance, there will be drop in the potential difference. Whenever the resistance is varied, then there will be potential drop in the circuit. And whenever there will be potential drop in the circuit, this will affect the amount of current flowing through the circuit. This will be recorded in the readings of ammeter, and hence the circuit diagram will verify Ohm's law. So again we will prove that V is directly proportional to I, that is potential difference is directly proportional to current in the circuit. Second, why should an ammeter have low resistance? So the answer of this question is, if the resistance is high, the total resistance would become in large amount, and this would decrease the amount of current flowing through the circuit. In order to avoid the change of current, the resistance should be as low as 0. Current is plotted on y-axis and the voltage is plotted on x-axis. So if they are connected in parallel, equivalent resistance is smaller, and if in series, the equivalent resistance will increase. So greater current will flow through parallel connection. So B should represent parallel and A should represent series. पहले हम रेजिस्टेंस के हिसाब से सोचेंगे और उसके बाद करंट के हिसाब से सोचेंगे, जिसमें ज़्यादा करंट होगा क्योंकि सेम पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस रहेगा. So B represents IV graph for parallel and A represents for series. Question number 35. First part, name and explain the two modes of asexual reproduction in Hydra. So one is budding and the other one is fragmentation. So you will write the definitions of these two. Next part is, what is vegetative propagation? Process in which new plants are grown from the old parts of another plants like root, shoot, leaves without involving any reproductive organ is called vegetative propagation. Next, its advantages are like two advantages. First one, it helps in the preservation of characters, and the second one is it is cheaper and easier and rapid method for plant propagation. Question number 36A first. It is observed that covalent compounds, so these are bad conductor because of the absence of free ions. Carbon can neither form, second question. So it cannot form because if there is removal of 4 electrons, then it would require lot of energy, and if it is a addition of electrons, it would be very difficult for the nucleus to hold 10 electrons basically. So carbon has to share and form covalent bonds. So third one, फोर्थ पार्ट, हेट्रो एटम्स वो होते हैं जो C और H के अलावा होते हैं. तो आप इसमें देख सकते हो दिस वन एंड दिस वन आर हेट्रो एटम्स. बी फर्स्ट, सोप्स Soaps are sodium salt or potassium salt of long chain fatty acids having cleansing action in water. Cleansing action of soap. The dirt present on clothes is organic in nature and insoluble in water. Therefore, it cannot be removed by only washing with water. When soap is dissolved in water, its hydrophobic ends attach themselves to the dirt and remove it from the cloth. Then, molecules of soap arrange themselves in micelle formation and trap the dirt at the center of the crystal. These micelles remain suspended in the water, hence the dust particles are easily rinsed away by water. Second, the detergents are better than soaps because they are less affected by hard water. In hard water, soaps don't work, but detergents work, as the hydrocarbon chains in detergents do not participate with calcium, magnesium, or other metal ions of hard water. Let's discuss the section E. First part. Speed of light of diamond will be speed in vacuum upon refractive index. So this is 3 into 10 to the power 8 upon 2.42 equals to 1.24 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. This is the answer. For the second part, the answer is water, then glass, and the highest is carbon disulfide. Angle of refraction depends on refractive index. जिसका सबसे ज़्यादा refractive index होगा उसका angle of refraction भी उतना ही ज़्यादा होगा. Third part AA. Glass is denser than water because speed of light in glass is less than that of water. B part. The path of ray of light will bend towards the normal when it enters the glass because speed of light is lower in glass than in water, which causes the light to slow down and bend towards the normal. The normal is a line perpendicular to the surface of the water glass interface. The angle of incidence and the angle of refraction will depend on the refractive indices of both media and can be calculated using Snell's law. Third B. These are the required calculations. Question number 38, first part. Offspring of human being is not a true copy or clone because there is variation during the process of inheritance. Second part. The F1 generation is always heterozygous and F2 generation is always, it may be homozygous or heterozygous individual both. So F1 generation results from a cross between two purebred parents and F2 generation results from cross between the two F1 individuals. These are the various differences between them. Third A. Variation is necessary for the survival of species as variation makes species more adapted to survive and grow in the changing environmental conditions. Third B. The new combinations will be round green and wrinkled yellow. New features which are not present are already discussed. F2 generation is got from crossing two F1 generations and there are new characters which are found. 39, first part. Second, they are soluble in water, they conduct electricity in solution and molten states. Third part A. In the ionic compound sodium chloride, sodium and chlorine attain stability by losing and gaining electron respectively. Third B first. In solid state, ions are held together by strong electrostatic forces and are not free to move about within the solid. Hence, they do not conduct electricity in a solid state. Second part. On passing electricity, sodium ions are attracted near cathode. Sodium metal gets deposited here. So this happens at the cathode when electricity is passed through aqueous solution of sodium chloride.